Hello everyone, welcome to my talk about how to run successful paid search campaign for SaaS companies. First of all, thank you guys for attending and thank you Growth Mentor for having me today. My name is Lilian Ortiz. I'm from Colombia and I currently live in Barcelona. I've been working for the past 5 years in customer analytics, in online marketing in different verticals, in B2C, B2B, and lately advising and working with SaaS companies. I currently work at Typhon in the performance marketing team, and I also do consultancy for other SaaS companies around the world. And I'm also part of the Growth Mentor community. So this is me. Now let's see the agenda for today. First, we will be talking about some Google Ads basics, such as how Google Ads works, how the auction system works, and what's the main difference between running traditional PPC campaigns versus PPC for SaaS. Then, we will move into how to run successful paid search campaigns, where I will be sharing 5 awesome tips with you guys to skyrocket your campaigns. And finally, we will be ending with the conclusion. So, are you ready? Let's start with why paid search? I'll start talking about search by saying that by the time you read this slide, the world will have asked Google 500,000 questions. Yes, I'm not saying this just because it's cool and because I want to impress you, but also because it's important for you to know it, because it means that there is a massive database of intentions just waiting for you to tap into. Search, in fact, shows you what's top of mind. People are entering the questions they want answers to. So you can actually try out to autocomplete, as you can see in this slide, to find out what's top of mind for your customers. And now you may be wondering, okay, Lily, but why should I care? Well, because of intent. Search is still the biggest indicator of intent that is out there. How much more qualified can you possibly get, right? So now let's get into the details of search, especially for the newbies of Google Ads, and sorry if this is repetitive for the ones more familiar with it. Right here in this slide, we have the search engine page results, which is also called the SERP. The first 4 items are paid results, which are ads linking to a website. This is commonly known as the result of search engine marketing. Basically, it's the outcome of running a Google ad campaign. The following links are organic results, which are not paid for. They are served by Google using different algorithm combinations. In order to appear here, you may need to work on your SEO strategy. So, but going back to SEM, how does it work? How do I pay, or how do you advertisers pay? Let's get even more practical. So basically, it's a cost per click model. So you can only pay when someone clicks on your ad. Another very popular question I've been asked is, how do I get to the top of Google? Well, it's not just a matter of bits or money. Google has a formula for the ranking that determines if you enter into the search option or not. What we are willing to pay is one key element, but Google considers other factors. And this is where ad rank comes to play. Ad rank is the combination of your maximum CPC bid times your quality score. If you can improve your quality score, you will be rewarded by not having to pay as much for a click. So the quality score consists of your keywords, your expected click-through rate, the relevance of your ads, and the landing page experience. So that means that the more relevant your keywords, your ads, and your landing page are, the best your quality score is going to be, which means the less you will have to pay for a click. Okay, so these were some basics for the newbies. Now let's move on into the difference of traditional PPC campaigns versus PPC for SaaS companies. The first difference you may notice is that the sales cycle is longer. Yeah. Buying a pair of shoes, for example, takes less time than subscribing to a software product because in the first case, you probably buy for yourself, so you are the decision maker. And the sale size is probably small, right? But in the B2B buying process, there are usually two or more members included in the decision-making process, such as the marketing manager, the CMO, the CEO, etc. So in B2B, the research process is deeper, and usually people in the B2B industry want to compare different solutions before taking the final decision. Why? Because it involves subscribing to a plan, longer relationships, stronger commitment, and consequently harder decision. The second difference is that the B2B consumer market is narrower. Users who search for a smartphone, for example, are far more than those who need customer engagement or customer loyalty tools. And this is why your ads should be directed to the right groups, to the right target, and they should be designed in an optimal way so you don't lose lead generations and sales opportunities. And the third difference is that B2B companies usually put more emphasis on lead generation rather than closing the sale immediately. On B2C, you are more likely to encounter a CTA like order now or buy today, but as a SaaS provider, you will probably insert a CTA like download an ebook or sign up to date or contact us for more info. So in SaaS, you first try to get that potential buyer persona information, attract him to your landing page, and eventually close the future sale. Now that you know the difference, let's move into how to run successful paid search campaigns. So in this part, I broke it down in 5 different tips so it's easier to digest. So the first one is to calculate your success metrics. Yeah, the first thing you should do before diving into building Google Ads campaigns or even talking about the strategy is you should first figure out what success looks like. So, what does success mean to you? Really, what you need to look at is how much are you willing to spend for a lead? How much are you willing to spend for a marketing qualified lead? How much you are willing to spend for a sales qualified lead? And then on top of that, how much is that lead worth to you over the next 6 months or a year, for example? Based on those numbers, you may find that the lead is actually worth 800 euros and profit to you. So you can spend 500 euros for that lead, depending on what you want to achieve, what your ratio is. Or you may find that it's worth, $5,000. So you can actually spend $1,000 on that lead. It depends again of what your CAC LTV is. So first you have to really define success. What success look like? What are the metrics that you are looking to hit? Then, based on that, you can back out different strategies to make sure you hit that number. So the second tip is basically once you have done your maths, then once you know how much you can spend for a lead and what's the ratio that you want to get, you can move into your Google Ads and start setting up your account for success. Let's start with the account setup. A Google Ads account has some main elements. The first one is a campaign with search, display, or video options. For each campaign, you then have one or more ad groups, and in each ad group, you can create ads and select keywords. So having a structure in mind and understanding how to set up at best is really one of the most important steps towards a successful advertising strategy. The reason is that each level there are specific settings that one can control and that influence the next lower level. For example, at campaign level, you can control very important settings like the location, language, budget, time frame, bid strategy, etc. So once you set them, any ad group created within the campaign will follow those settings. So the recommendation here is to organize campaigns and ad groups in common themes. Tightly themed ad groups ensure relevance between keywords, the ad, and the landing page, and all of these will result in a higher quality score and a lower cost per click. A very good way to approach this point is to actually replicate your ad account with the same structure that you have on your website. Okay, now let's go to the third tip. So basically the third tip or the third point of the strategy that will actually help you to run effective paid search campaigns is to pick the keywords that bring you to high value users. Doing keyword research for SaaS companies is critical and can be more challenging than you may think. So it's essential to think about what your users will be searching for, what content they want, what message you need to convey to them, and how are you going to deliver it. With that in mind, you must first have a good idea of who your ideal customer is by building out your buyer persona. The buyer persona will give you a better idea of who exactly it is that buys your service or product and why they use it. Then you will want to identify what they are searching for, the jobs they need to do, the challenges they face, the types of content they are already reading and enjoying, and use that as the base for your keyword research. Then the next step is to perform the keyword research. Keywords are what your best customers will type to find your product. A strong keyword strategy focuses on attracting both customers at the bottom of the sales funnel who are ready to make the buying decision, as well as customers at the top of the sales funnel who are just doing a bit of light research or education. Short-tail keywords are directly about your business. They are also known as BOFU keywords or bottom of the funnel keywords. They have a high intent and they are really important to you because probably they are the most profitable keywords. However, not in all the industries, but in some industries, the volume for these keywords is not that huge and the competition is also very important. So you can also target long tail keywords that are phrases, questions, or sentences that users Google. So capturing traffic from long tail keywords is a great way to get in front of potential customers early in the research process so you can convert them into a customer down the line. Some tools you can use for keyword research are the Google Keyword Planner that you can find in your Google Ads account, SEMrush, Ahrefs, etc. Another common strategy in this third point is to use competitor keywords, right? So many SaaS companies use their Google Ads campaigns to target competitor keywords. Unlike most physical products, consumers need to test software before they are willing to make a commitment. So targeting competitor keywords can help you capture leads who are still shopping around for the perfect SaaS partner. This is a highly effective strategy since the people you are targeting have a known interest in services and products like yours. By targeting competitor keywords, you can potentially steal them away. The only downside is that competitor keywords sometimes can be expensive and that usually is quite challenging to get a high quality score for these keywords, since you are not obviously the company who you are bidding for. But this is also a great point and a great strategy to be used. So once you have done your keyword research, it's time to move into building relevant landing page. So you will have a list of key terms to focus on. Now you need to make relevant landing pages for those terms to send that traffic to. Each product or use case should have its own landing page so that when people click on your ad, they land on a page that is relevant, that contains the keywords you are bidding for, and that is dedicated to what you were advertising. Forcing a potential customer to navigate to your site gives them time to change their mind about completing an action, for example, signing up or filling a form. So this is why it's important to have all the possible information in the same page, in the same landing page, so they can take action immediately on that landing page. If it is a form that you want them to fill out, so have that form embedded on your landing page, or if they want to sign up, or if you want them to sign up, then have the sign up process already in the landing page. Another thing to keep in mind is your landing page loading speed. Let me ask you something. Can you remember the last time you waited for a page to load? Nah, probably not. As users, we want a smooth, fast, and positive user experience. So the last thing that you want when there is a potential customer willing to spend money is to leave your site without taking any action, right? So building effective and relevant landing pages and optimize your conversion rates are key to your success. The smallest of changes to your landing page can help boost your PPC performance in a profound way. So I really encourage you to have a look at that. The next tip and the last B2B strategy for your campaign success is to use strategic remarketing. As most of you know, remarketing is the campaign type that you can set up to allow your ads to follow people that have hit your website around the internet. You have probably seen this when you go to a page and then you see that ad following you and in the shower, in the bed, everywhere. Okay, so most people know the traditional forms of remarketing, which is those display banners that will follow you when you are on different sites, on the New York Times or YouTube or browsing on the internet or a blog, etc. So those can be really effective in getting people back to your site to actually convert. Now, when most companies set up remarketing for the first time, they just take the first step, right? So they are basically setting up a general remarketing campaign that will pin every single person that hits their website with the tracking pixel, and then every single person that hits their website will be served with a very generic ad. That is slightly effective. It's a really good step forward, but you can do a much better job being specific in terms of how you are setting up those remarketing campaigns. So the first thing that you want to do is to break up your marketing list by looking at all the people that have hit your website and where they landed in terms of the funnel of your site. So if they just hit the main page, you can qualify those customers as being not super engaged. So when you set up a remarketing campaign for those customers specifically, you can set those bids in a way that's not super aggressive because they are not really qualified. Put it in terms of your SaaS company. For example, if someone gets to your website and doesn't fill out a form, you may want to bid a little bit less and put less budget towards them in your marketing campaign. And make sure your ads say a different message to call these users' attention. If they already went to your site and they weren't interested, maybe it was the price, maybe it was the messaging. So make sure when you target these people with your remarketing ads, you give them a different message. So you remind them why they are back. So really tailor the message based on where the customer is in the life cycle of them being a lead. So this is the 5 tip that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope this was helpful. And if you want help or if you need assistance with your marketing strategy or with your campaigns, if you are not really sure where to go, feel free to contact me. I will be super happy to help you to skyrocket your campaigns and to develop together the strategy. You can schedule a call with me, and you can alternatively contact me through Growth Mentor or to my site that is lilyortiz.com. I hope you guys found this very useful, and thank you so much for your attention, and I hope to see you soon in the next talk. Bye. Have a great day.